let's start with the physical body and your experiences of the physical body. So that is all entirely responsive to what it is that you're holding in consciousness. So if you're resisting, then you're going to have resistance in the physical body. And so the acceptance is going to allow flow, which is the natural state of all matter, all substance. Its natural state is flow. So if you're holding resistance, then that's going to manifest as all kinds of dysfunction and pain and discomfort at a physical level. So if you want to experience greater physical ease, then acceptance is really important. I mean, this like I said, this topic of acceptance is so broad and deep. I really do encourage you to explore it for the rest of your life, because it can serve you. So it touches on every aspect of your life. It touches on your physical health. It touches on your relationships. It touches on your creative expression, your finances, spiritual growth. Everything is influenced by this very profoundly. So if you are in resistance, then you're going contrary to fundamental principles in nature. Like I said, in nature, flow is of great importance. So if anything that you want enhanced in your life, you want flow, unless you want to destroy everything. If you want to destroy everything, then resistance would be a great way to do that. But if you don't want just total destruction, then I do recommend enhancing your practice of acceptance, because it will enhance all the positive qualities that you want in your life. I mean, if you think about what are the states that most people prefer and desire: harmony, love, peace, happiness, joy, abundance. These all are intimately connected with flow. You really can't experience those things without flow. So flow is another way of saying acceptance. So acceptance enhances all the qualities that we want in our lives. That's how important it is. It's how big of an influence it has. So it really can touch every area of your life the more that you practice it. When you have been resisting, and what you have been resisting in your life, how well has it worked out for you? And I'm pretty sure that if you're honest, you can acknowledge that the resistance does not give you good results. It does not give you what you want. It does not enhance the qualities that you want in your life. Instead, it enhances all the things that you don't want. It makes you feel tense and uptight, and creates pain and distress, and destroys relationships, creates mistrust, lands you in financial ruin, all kinds of things. So it's just one of those, like I said, it's a paradox, because at least it's an apparent paradox, because most people believe that resistance is necessary, the struggle is necessary in order to achieve what they want, but it really is not true. So it requires, I guess, a little bit of courage and faith in order to practice it, but you don't have to do it wholesale on a big scale all at once. You could do it just a little bit and just see what happens. If you start to practice a little bit just in your imagination, you'll start to notice that things are flowing better in your life, and you'll get enhanced results. You'll start to notice that you're able to manifest the things that you want with greater ease and with greater certainty and reliability. And certainly you'll notice that you experience more positive states, because you're not keeping yourself stuck in all of those unwanted states. You want to notice whether what you're experiencing is what we could call resistance. So is there a sense of hardness? Is there a sense of unnecessary tension? Is there a sense of strain? Is there a overthinking going on? Tendency towards overthinking. because resistance is another way of saying trying to solve a problem. And the analytical mind's job is solving problems. So if most people are just trying to solve problems most of the time, that's why their minds are going. It's all about solving problems. So you want to just notice, okay, if that's going on, that's a resistance. So just give yourself permission just for a moment, just to soften that. You know, like I said, don't try to bite off more than you can chew. Don't insist that you have to completely accept everything always at all levels. That might come in time, but just to start with, could you give yourself a second? Like for 1 second, could you just soften a little bit? Could you just slow down a little bit? Could you just let go of the fixation just for a moment? Could you allow yourself just to relax a little bit? And it's not about getting rid of anything. It's just allowing, just softening, opening. Don't worry about whether anything changes according to how you think it should change. It's just about, for a moment, just softening and releasing a little bit to whatever degree you can. That would be the number one thing. And I know that's, yeah, I know most people are going to say, well, that's not going to do it. That's not big enough or flashy enough or important sounding enough, or, doesn't have enough steps or an acronym, or it's not, science backed or whatever, well, okay. So then you won't do it and then you won't get the results. But the thing is, the true answers to things are actually simple. And so if you just were to do that consistently, you would get results. Even if you just did it once a day. And I know that sounds maybe incredible. But if you just did that once a day, over time, it would really start to add up. Why? Because then you would start to grow this underlying awareness. You would start to have that awareness more and more throughout the day, where it'd just be there for you. And you just start to notice, oh yeah, there's that resistance. Oh yeah, there's the possibility of just softening. And the more that happens, then it starts to be there for you all the time. And it's not necessarily going to be like a magic switch and everything suddenly is just all, rainbows and roses. But if you continue to persist with that day after day after day in a gentle way that's sustainable, then the results are real. It's undeniable for anybody who does it. Of course, I know, and you probably know, that 99% of people won't do it. And that's why most people won't get the results. And they can point and say, well, I'm not getting the results because of this and that and the other reason. The only reason people don't get the results is because they don't apply the things. If you just keep it simple, gentle, sustainable, consistent, you will get the results, because it's like, it's just a practice. Anything that you practice, you'll get better at. Just be aware of what it is you're practicing. So if you're practicing resistance, you'll get really good at resistance. In fact, most people have practiced resistance so much that they don't even have to think about it. They're just resisting. So when you want to change that, you have to apply yourself consciously, consistently, to start to change that. You have to then actually start to slow down, just like I was describing. Become aware, notice what's the direct experience, notice the tension, the overthinking, all that stuff, and just start to soften. Just allow yourself to actually be here. Feel yourself here. Feel your, feet on the ground or your butt on the chair or whatever. Feel that you are, you can sense the air on your skin. Notice that there's breathing happening. Just start to become aware of that and let that start to ground you, so that then you can start to consciously choose to soften some of that armoring, some of that resistance, some of that fear. It's like, if I'm not so tense and uptight, everything's going to fall apart and everything's going to go to hell. Well, as long as you keep that up, then that's what's going to keep happening in your life. But that's why you have to just, if you want changes, you have to consciously intervene and just provide that one moment, just the one moment of a little bit of softening, a little bit of presence.